Hello and welcome to Off The Crossbar Euros Watch Day 3. And what a set of games we had yesterday. It was absolutely thrilling to watch some class football and probably the best day of football we've had. As ever, I'm Regan Walsh and joining me is Brad. What are your reactions to yesterday's games?
Savga, you're the one. Always believed in him. No
Ah,
point have we ever tarnished what Gareth Southgate is trying to do with the England team.
yes. And never have we complained about a right back playing left back.
Exactly. Kieran
Or
Trippier.
Calvin
Genius. Fucking genius, man.
or Calvin Phillips in the England squad. Masterclass yesterday.
I know. Well, I always liked him being in. That one's on you.
Yes, so
Who
England
needs
played
Jack
their.
Grealish on the pitch?
I mean, I still think we could have done it in the latter stages of the game, but still,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not. I'm not the one that makes the substitutes. So yeah,
Tactical genius.
England got their European Championships underway against Croatia with a 1-0 victory thanks to a Raheem Sterling goal after a brilliant build-up play from Calvin Phillips. I mean, that itself was just a really good finish from Sterling, and Phillips, like we said in that intro, just absolutely excellent, and that assist typified his performance yesterday.
Yeah. Like, he actually decided to take on the mantra of the Yorkshire Polo for a change.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, see all the leads. I was like, well, they were surprised. That's exactly what we see week in and week out. I'm the same with Jack Grealish, so they are allowed to be a little bit high this morning.
yeah. I mean, for someone who started in his first ever major tournament for England, he just looked really well settled into that midfield role. Like he dominated Luka Modric, Marcelo Brozovic, and Mateo Kovacic all 90 minutes long.
As I say, we'll have to admit when we saw the lineups, and we all thought their midfield destroys us.
Yeah,
Like all day, but no, their midfield was not particularly great.
quiet.
Yeah, they were
Mm,
quiet for the majority of it.
yeah,
They didn't offer much, really, and like a massive chance that tested Pickford. The only thing that
yeah,
tested Pickford was when Mings accidentally hit it against Rebic, and he was in the end. You thought, "Oh God, please catch it."
yeah. Some statistics I saw during that game or before. That was the first major tournament since 1992 that there was no Manchester United or Liverpool player in the starting 11, which I thought was a crazy one. That's
The,
never happened since '92, a major
the,
tournament.
Liverpool never really been blessed with like having loads of players involved. It always used to just be Gerrard and maybe Owen when he was there.
Yeah, and I mean, even
But
Carragher
United,
didn't get that many caps.
no, and Man United, I guess it's sort of surprising. Obviously, Wayne Rooney was the main one for years.
Yeah, and then obviously Beckham, the two Nevilles, Scholes got a few caps. Michael Carrick didn't get as much as he deserved, but let's not talk about that. And it was England first opener of a tournament that they've actually ever won at a European Championships, which again that flabbergasted me
It's
that they'd
just
never won their opening match before.
that's a mental one. Like, how
Mm.
bad have we been at the start of every Euros?
Yeah, it's absolutely shocking. But yeah, can't complain about that game. Calvin Phillips, Mason Mount, excellent. I
Was
think,
nice for Sterling to get his first goal at major tournament, and
yeah,
that Wembley of all places. Because I don't know if when you saw that, but obviously he grew up around the Wembley area,
yeah,
and knowing that I live down there, I see when I go past the train station, there's like a massive mural of him on one of the tall buildings. So
mm,
yeah, he's quite revered in the area.
yeah. I'd say the only downside to that England performance was I don't think Harry Kane played that well.
No, so many times it's that thing when he just comes deep and then it just he should be in the area.
Yeah, and I think maybe the centre halves didn't fill me with too much confidence. I know
I thought
Croatia
Mings did
didn't offer
pretty
much,
well.
but yeah, Credit also to Jude Bellingham in becoming the youngest ever player to play at a European Championships when he came on with 8 minutes to spare, coming on for Harry Kane, which is incredible to see.
Yeah,
Such a youngster.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Blues fans were pretty unbearable when that happened.
Oh, of course they would be.
Bellingham over Grealish because he's played at Euros.
Yeah, overall, good win for Gareth Southgate's side, and let's hope they can win the remaining 2 games. Obviously, next up for England is the big derby on Friday when they play Scotland. So it's going to be absolute chaos, that game.
Not nervous at all.
Elsewhere, both games in Group C kicked off afterwards, starting off as Austria played North Macedonia from Bucharest. Very good game, I've got to say, considering the ranking of North Macedonia.
Good game. Completely open. Best atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't the full stadium, but it was half full.
Yeah.
The Macedonia fans travelled very well.
Yeah. I think they said that there was about 3,000 to 5,000 of them there.
I think they also said as well that capacity will probably increase the next time there's a game in Bucharest. So just a game better for North Macedonia.
Yeah. So Austria ran out 3-1 winners. Stefan Leiner with the opening goal after 18 minutes, and then 2 goals late on in the game, one from Michael Gregovic and Marko Arnautovic sealed the win for Austria, whilst Goran Pandev scored the first goal for North Macedonia at a major tournament 10 minutes after Stefan Leiner scored for Austria. Now, Stefan Leiner's goal was really good.
It was a peach of a ball from Sabitzer.
Yeah. I think he had a standout game, Marcel Sabitzer.
Yeah. What's the price of him now that got revealed? 15 million?
Remember. 15 to 20.
15 to 20 million. It's like, Christ.
Mm.
Villa should be all over that.
I think most teams should be all over that. He's an absolute class player. David Alaba, I think, had a standard, solid game, as he always seems to have for the national team.
Even if it looked like he was going to be killed by Marko Arnautovic at the end. Did you see the celebrations?
Yeah.
Like, why are you grabbing his face like that? Don't grab Arnautovic's face like that. You know, like he wanted to kill someone.
Mm. And then, in terms of North Macedonia, Pandev's goal was really well taken, although there was a bit of a mix-up from the Austrian defence. But the striker's going to finish.
I just like that while they seemed like, well, they wanted to be organised defensively, they were still there to be open and just enjoy the tournament.
Yeah. Like they definitely weren't going to risk it all, like go all-out attack, but when they could and were allowed to, they definitely did really well. And I don't think the scoreline reflects the result, really, in terms of how close of a game it actually was.
Yeah. I would have liked North Macedonia if we got a second.
Right, and the final game that took place came from the Amsterdam Arena, or the Johan Cruyff Arena, sorry, as the Netherlands played Ukraine, and it was the Dutch side that won 3-2. Jorginho, Wijnaldum, Wout Weghorst and Denzel Dumfries with the goals for Ronald de Boer's side.
Ronald de Boer?
Frank de Boer, sorry. It's the wrong de Boer.
Don't get him confused with his clearly better brother.
And the goals for Ukraine were Andrei Yarmolenko and Roman Yaremchuk. Netherlands were very lucky to hold on to this in the end.
Yeah, they should have battered them.
Yeah.
Really, all the chances they had, but Ukraine also could have had a few. Defensively shaky, Netherlands, but their forward line, if it's on it, clearly, is very good.
Like, I think Dumfries could have had a couple of goals, because, I mean, if you think of that clear header that he had in the second half that he missed.
That was awful. But he made it so.
Yeah. But you've got to talk about Andrei Yarmolenko's goal.
Oh, saucy. So much sauce.
Oh, it was absolutely beautiful to watch, that was.
The moment he hit it, I thought, is it? Oh, it's in.
It's just absolutely class from Yarmolenko, who I think played really well in that Ukraine's inside.
honestly thought that Roman Eurochuk was close to man of the match.
Yeah. I think if they held on for a point or went on to win it, I think Yaremchuk would have got man of the match. But yeah, class game from him in that Ukraine squad. Like you said, though, in terms of the Netherlands, there was a few defensive frailties. I mean, maybe Van Aanholt was lucky not to have given away a penalty, though on second look of it, I don't think there was much. I don't think there was contact between the two.
Yeah, I didn't. No matter what Peter fucking Morton says.
Yeah, and I think what also didn't help is the players were wearing the exact same colour boots, so he was never going to be able to tell which one's which. But yeah,
that's the most woke thing you've ever said. Well, why they were wearing the same coloured boots?
But yeah, Netherlands win, so they go into second place behind Austria, who obviously have the better goal difference and have conceded one goal less. So Ukraine are in third and North Macedonia at bottom. Right, on to today's fixture.
If I could have said one last thing, because as classic how it was made even better by absolute class commentary.
Yes, Clive Tilsley and Ali McCoist on comms for that game.
Wow, chef's kiss.
It's the first game since, I think, Friday's game where I haven't had to mute the co-commentator.
Well, I unfortunately don't do that, but yeah.
Oh, no. If it's an annoying co-commentator, I'll just mute it and have something go on else in the background because,
compared to England, Scotland's on ITV, isn't it?
I believe so.
So that means we're probably going to get two co-commentators. One of them being Ali McCoist, you would hope.
Yeah.
God knows who the other one is. It's probably going to be Lee Dixon, unfortunately.
Oh, for God's sake.
I'm begging for it to be Clive, but it's probably going to be Sam Matterface as well, who's competent.
Yeah.
He's no Clive.
Definitely not. On to today's fixtures now. We have the remaining game in Group D, which sees Scotland take on the Czech Republic at 2 o'clock live from Hampden Park. And then we have both games in Group E, starting off with Poland versus Slovakia from 5 o'clock in St. Petersburg, and Spain taking on Sweden at 8 o'clock UK time from Seville. Scotland, obviously, this is their first major tournament in 23 years. Obviously, the last being the 1998 World Cup. We've said it a lot of times, there's not much pressure on them in this game. Obviously, the big one comes on Friday for them. But Gordon Strachan's side will want to start off with a win.
Gordon
Sorry, not Gordon Strachan. Steve Clark, sorry. Don't know why I got Gordon Strachan in my head there. Jesus Christ, I have gone back and I'm saying Gordon Strachan there.
Oh, I was about to go for a full rousing speech with Scots, and then you've just gone and done that. They should relish the occasion. Like, home advantage is going to count massively for them. Like Hampden's going to be rousing, just fire of Scotland. The national it's going to be unreal.
Yeah. But obviously don't write off the Czech Republic because they have a lot of good players in that squad. The likes of Thomas Souček, Vladimir Koufal, Matej Vydra, Patrick Schick up top. So it's not going to be an easy game for Scotland to win at all. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it pans out.
I'm not one of these fans that wants Scotland to do well. They do well, but I hope they batter Czech Republic.
I don't know. We'll get into our predictions in a second or two. But yeah, I think it's going to be a very close game. Then Poland versus Slovakia next. I think Poland should win this on paper.
They should. But we all know what they've got to do. They've got to serve the best player in the world.
Yeah. I mean, that's not that hard to do, but you really know how defensively Slovakia are going to be lining up. They're going to have like one or two of their defenders trying to mark him throughout the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, I expect Slovakia to be so defensive. But that's mainly just from outside knowledge. But until we see them, we won't know.
But again, they have some good players in their squad. Obviously, Milan Skriniar in defence, Andrei Duja, Vladimir Weiss in midfield, and obviously you've got Marek Hamšík up front. So it's not an easy game for Poland, but on paper you would say they are the likely of the two sides to win. And then finally, Spain-Sweden at 8 o'clock. I'm not too sure what the Spain squad is because I don't know how many of them are actually having to miss it because of the positive within their camp.
What I remember, Busquets was out. Diego Llorente was the other that I last saw. I don't know of any others since. Busquets will be a miss.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Spain will just be happy to get the win from this because no one's giving them much hope.
No.
Not as much as at least they have had in other tournaments.
But again, Sweden have them few threats in that squad. I mean, you got Alexander Isak up top, Dejan Kulusevski, Ken Semmer in midfield, as well as Emil Forsberg. And then they've got some very strong defence. I mean, you'd probably expect it to be Pontus Jansson, Lindelof, Mikael Lustig, and maybe Emil Kraft as their back four.
Are you allowed to put the word strong defence with Lindelof and Kraft?
I think it's a good defence for him.
I know a few Man United fans that will disagree with you on Lindelof and many Newcastle fans that will disagree on Emil Kraft.
Yeah, but if you look at that compared to what you'd expect the forward line of Spain to be, which we can imagine it'd be Alvaro Morata through the middle, Ferran Torres on one side, and maybe either Pedri or Adama Traore on the opposite side. I think they could deal with that comfortably.
If they're not dealing with Adama Traore, is it? All you have to do is just not. Actually, no, you just let him shoot because he can't shoot.
Exactly. So I think Sweden have a very good chance of getting a win here. Oh, yeah, I think they could even win it.
Just watch Spain demolish them now.
Yeah. Right. In terms of our predictions from yesterday, you got England correct. I got it wrong because I predicted a draw, and then the other two games.
Not have faith in Mr. Waistcoat.
Although he's ditched it this tournament.
Would you have worn a waistcoat in that weather?
No.
Exactly.
I didn't want a waistcoat. Ever,
you had to ditch the waistcoat for that game just for pure hygiene needs.
And then Austria, I got right against North Macedonia. You predicted a draw, and you had Ukraine winning against the Netherlands, which, I mean,
it was on for a little bit. It was on.
Yeah, it definitely could have happened, but unfortunately for yourself, there it didn't happen. So for today's games, I think I'm gonna go with a draw in the first game, and then gonna go Poland and Sweden.
I'll also go the draw, Scotland, Czech Republic.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be out the Wales game.
Yeah.
Poland win against Slovakia. Oh, so say Spain win.
You can't also say Spain because I didn't say Spain.
No, I was just saying also with Poland.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. I thought you was about to say also in terms of like trying to agree with me because I was about to say I didn't say.
Cheers, team.
Annoying prick there.
It's called a striker.
Yeah. 3 very good games, and let's hope that they don't let us down and we continue to have the good action like we did yesterday. Right. We will be back tomorrow to round up all of today's fixtures and look ahead to Group F finally starting, which is probably the most exciting group.
The first tasty match of the tournament in France, Germany.
Yes, so definitely can't wait for that. Until then, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter so you never miss out on any of the news, including Spurs expecting to appoint Paulo Fonseca this week.
So we said this yesterday. It's still nothing.
Yeah, there's been reports saying it could be announced on Wednesday. Until then, enjoy the day and enjoy your football. It's goodbye from me and goodbye from Brad.
See ya.
And we'll see you soon.